Lith. Lith means rock or stone. So the lithosphere is the rocky layer of the earth, basically from the crust all the way down to the core. So that's the lithosphere. A monolith is one single piece of rock that is usually a large monument of some sort. So mono for single, or one, and then lith for stone. So one stone or one large piece of stone is a monument. And then a lithograph or lithography. Lithography is a printing process where you take a flat stone and you paint on it or draw on it with some oil-based ink or paint, and then through chemical processes transfer that image to a sheet of paper. And a lithograph is basically the paper that is printed from that. So lithography is basically writing or printing with stone. Now, inter means between. So an internode is basically on a plant, it's the part of the stem between two nodes where leaves come out. So it's the part of a stem where between the leaves, pretty much. Internet is basically a network between a bunch of different computers. Interstate is a road that goes between states. International basically is between nations, like international trade. Interact is basically an action between two people. So if you're interacting with someone, it's an action between two people. Intra means within. So intracellular means inside a cell. So an intracellular parasite would be a microscopic organism like malaria that would basically invade your cells and cause illness. Intranet is basically a network within an organization usually. So an intranet would be like if you had a bunch of computers at your house networked that weren't on like the internet, but they were connected to each other. That would be an intranet. Introvert, this kind of slightly different variation on this, but it means the same thing. Basically, an introvert is someone who turns within. They basically like to be by themselves and be with their thoughts and stuff. Intramural basically refers to usually sporting events that are within a school or within a community. So you have intramural sports. Basically, you have different teams at the same school competing. Iso means equal. So isotonic refers to two solutions that basically have the same amount of stuff dissolved in them. So it's isotonic. They're equal solutions pretty much. Isosceles triangle has two equal sides. An isogram, gram means to draw, so these are lines that are of equal value, like we had our contour lines on our maps. Those are isograms showing equal elevations. You can have isobars, which show equal barometric pressures. You can do this for temperature, etc., and draw lines connecting points of equal value. Isoelectric refers to ions, or different ions and elements that have the same electron configuration. So if I have two or three elements that have the same electron configuration, they are isoelectric. And a lot of times these are going to look like a noble gas. They're going to have 8 valence electrons because of our octet rule that we talked about in different classes. And then kary means nucleus. So a karyotype is a process where the chromosomes in the nucleus are analyzed and counted to see if there's any extra chromosomes or missing chromosomes or just how many chromosomes an organism has. Eukaryote refers to a true nucleus, so these are organisms that actually have a nucleus. And then prokaryotes, pro means before or primitive, so these are organisms that have no nucleus.